happening, everybody? Want to go fishing here. Actually, Willie here at Want to Go Fishing. I've been getting asked a few questions, actually Instagram and on some emails that I've been getting on a setup that I used a couple weeks ago and a setup that I used about a week ago on. I posted a picture on Instagram of this little gizmo right here. This is a Johnson Century 100 on a 6-foot 3-weight fly rod. Now, I didn't intentionally go out to do this. I have done this before using fly rods, but I used the little trigger reels, the little micro 33s and things like that, because the trigger sticks off this far and you can just grab that thing and you can cast this thing one-handed like it's nothing. But I decided to give this a try because the Johnson Century is a very unique reel. There's, if you look on the side right here, there's a switch, a black switch that says L and R, which is left and right, and that's for the retrieve, okay? So right now I have it set in left-hand retrieve, and you can turn this thing this direction, even though, you know, technically these reels were used like this. You can put it on here, switch it to left retrieve. You have to take the top off here, the bell is what we used to call it, even though the bell is technically inside. And you can take the bell off the inside, flip the spool over so it will retrieve in that direction. And you can use this just like I did a video on this reel, and you can see me actually doing that, but I decided to use it on this fly rod because it's small and easy to cast. Really, grab the string, hit the button, and cast. And I'm going to show you right now. It is literally no more than lifting your finger. And these reels, this is 4-pound trout magnet that's on here. These reels cast a mile anyway. They always have. And if you find one that's in really good shape and it's functioning well, like this one, I have two of these. I have one that's in really great shape, and I have this one which is in okay shape. The only thing that I don't care for is the length of the little crank lever. It's really short. I wish it was about a ½ an inch longer. But, I mean, for what I'm doing out here, I'm throwing jigs, little small 1/16 ounce, 1/32, 1/64, with the little grub. It literally will throw these things. I mean, what I just casted just now was probably 60 feet easily. So anyway, let's try to do some fishing with it. I just figured, hey, it's a cool little video. I've had some questions asked about it, just a couple people, but hey, if those couple people watch, I'm okay, I don't care. You know me, vintage stuff, weird stuff, out of the way, weird, whatever. I like to fish with it. So let's catch some fish today and see what happens. Today I'm actually using another version or color of the Charlie Brewer slider. This is a June bug with a chartreuse tail. A lot of swirls going on out there, and I'm well, we just missed him. I'm looking at swirls. You know, you just got to watch the swirls. If you have the chance to do this, you know, if you come across one of these and you have a light, you know, fly rod, or, you know, maybe you're loaded, maybe you got a lot of money and you just want to do it anyway. It is fun. It is actually a pretty cool way to fish. If you can't find the reel, I mean, I'm sure you get on eBay, you can probably come up with one. There's a place in Wisconsin, Eagle Rock, Wisconsin, called Matt's Reel Repair. They have a lot of older reels like this. Probably Abu, Maddox, the Johnsons. They got the Century. Can't remember what the other one. Citation, I think, is the other one. It's very similar to this, but with a bigger housing. Give it a shot. You know, what do you got to lose? You know, it doesn't have to be the prominent go-to fishing rod, but if you just want to do what I'm doing and, you know, catch a few bass here and there, some crappie, perch, bluegill, occasional 10.5 pound red drum. Hey, you know. Here we go. I hope you see that. That was awesome. Ooh. Oh. This never happens unless I have this camera on. I'm catching a fish. You're on camera, so just hold tight a minute.
Turn right at exit 227.
Pay no attention to him. Hey! We caught a sunfish. Woohoo! Bluegill. You don't mind being on camera, do you?
They can't see me, they can only hear me.
I don't know, my cameras may even know it's you if they hear you. Stop, stop! Bluegill! What do we call this exactly? We call this baby bass. And the funny thing is that's what the name of the bait is, color-wise, baby bass. Shoot, get on out of here. Let's go try over there again, just for, you know, fun. Because isn't that what this is all about? Oh, I moved that a little further than I wanted to. There we go. Now I know I was a little far away on that, but there you go. There you go. And it is so much fun catching these fish on these things. It's also, you know, fun getting tangled up and you don't know how. It's funny, I changed my retrieve. I had been holding the rod pretty much down close to the water. So that time I said, you know, I'm gonna let it hit the bottom and I'm just gonna bring it off the bottom, holding the rod at a 45-degree angle upward. And this guy hit. Sometimes you just have to play the game. Also, we went with a little, you know, that lighter color bait. There you go. Pretty little silverish gray bass. There we go. Not exactly what I'm going after, but you know, catching something. Little fella. Now basically all I'm letting it do is fall to the bottom, holding the rod at a 45 kind of high and bringing it in. So it's coming off the bottom and coming up, basically in the area that I think the fish are. There we go. Hopefully that's that big crappie I was talking about. But no, he came up and jumped. It's a bass. That's okay though, I'm not gonna argue. Come back over here. He's pretty much going where he wants to. Any weeds. Yeah, I think I've caught you before. I'm pretty sure if you go back to one of my videos, funky tail bass I've caught before. Unless there's a whole lot of funky tail bass in here. And yes, that is the name of the species, just in case you're wondering. I mean, it's not something you catch every day. There's largemouth, smallmouth, you know, striped bass, funky tail bass. They're out there. I mean, you're looking at it, you gotta believe it. Quadruple hooked himself. Nice fish. And I realize you can't go out and just buy this reel in Bass Pro Shops or Walmart or whatever. I know there are a few of you out there like myself that are you're kind of die-hard vintage people, you know. This kind of thing might suit you. It's very fun. If it's not, give it a try. You never know. You might enjoy it. Kind of like broccoli. I hated broccoli for years. Now all of a sudden it's like the first thing I want to eat when my wife makes dinner. Caught a fish, battery died. But I put him in the water and still got him. Warmouth. As far as working on it goes, and the main reason, oh, I got a fish. You're gonna have to hang on.
Okay.
That's a good fish. Come on in here, fish.
Fish on.
That fish is running, he's doing whatever he wants, what he's doing. He is swimming, and he is just swimming wherever he wants to swim. He's not even coming up to let me see him. Oh, it is a big bass. Come in here, big bass.
I heard the splash.
Come here to me. He's not big. He's not huge, but he's probably a pound.
That's decent size.
Okay, now just for the record, I'm filming, so you're going to be on film, so hold on a second. You're the second person that's called me while I'm filming. Anyway, okay. I'm looking at the camera right now. Okay, there's another bass. We're still going for crappie, but these bass will not leave the lure alone, so we're going to keep on going until we can't see the water anymore. Darn bass.
Darn bass.
Just a pain in my bass. Get back in. So, we're back home. It got dark on us. Never did catch that big crappie I was after. Hooked one, lost him at the bank. Hey, it happens. It's just one of those things. You know, and it's funny because the last few days, my son and I went up there and we caught crappie in abundance of them compared to everything else we were catching. We've actually caught more warmouth in the last probably 4 days than I've caught up there since I've been fishing there. But I really wanted that big crappie to kind of, you know, you can say what you want about LED lights, but sometimes I wonder if they really are any better. Because we got one up here that just goes off when it feels like it. Maybe it's the light though, I don't know. But I'm not in the main fishing room at the moment because I wanted some room to be able to show you this fine piece of equipment that I was using today. Again, this was an experiment. The Johnson Century 100 model reel. It's a very unique reel, and there'll be plenty of times I'll probably talk about it even more. But because of being able to switch these plates from one side to the other, you know, you can put the crank on this side or this side, and having this extremely unique switching system where you can switch your retrieve from left to right, and making this basically a spinning reel or, you know, the casting style. It's such a unique piece of equipment. And the funny thing is, as I've said before, using these things when I was younger, I wasn't aware that they would do this. So I didn't know. So I was basically stuck doing this all the time. Now, putting this on a fly rod, I'm going to tell you what. It is very hard to explain how much fun this was, messing with this like this. Are fly rods designed for this? No, they're not. They're not designed for this. But doing what I've done doesn't make it wrong. Because it works, it functions, it does what it does, and it caught fish. And I honestly, this fly rod has been in a case for a very long time. It's a 3-piece rod, and it came with the case. It is it's a White River Classic. I bought this during a grand opening at Bass Pro Shops in Hampton, Virginia, many, many, many moons ago. I used to use this thing a lot when I was trout fishing. Broke the tip off and ended up becoming about 6 feet instead of 6'3" like it was supposed to be. I don't think I have any intentions of taking this reel off of this rod. I'm going to leave it right there. I enjoyed what I was doing with this thing. I mean, and just look at it. I mean, you can hold this thing. It's got such a balance now. It's fun. Is it right? Is it wrong? Who's to question? Fishing is about having a good time and enjoying yourself, and I don't care if you're out there with a stick and a piece of line, cane pole, or if you're, you know, out here buying $300 combos. I don't care. It doesn't bother me whatever you do, as long as you're out there fishing and having a good time doing it. Because to me, it's never been about the equipment. It's always been more about getting out there and having fun no matter what you're using. And, you know, you hear people say things like that when, you know, they usually say things like that when they don't have any money. I'm not a rich guy. And I grew up with a lot of underdog equipment, I guess you'd say. So these kind of things here, which now, I mean, these things actually pull a little bit of money. But one in good shape that functions and does what it's supposed to do, you know, 40 bucks. What's, you know, $40 in the fishing realm? This rod, during the grand opening, I think was about $79, and I wound up getting it for $40. I actually got 2 and sold one to a friend of mine. I wish I still had it now, but hey, it is what it is. So anyway, I'm here in the larger room so I could show you this masterpiece here. I'm screen tapped out. Let's see here. There we go. Again, a Johnson Century 100 on a White River Classic 6'3" 3-weight fly rod. Man, I hope that was interesting to you, and I hope you enjoyed this video. It wasn't a lot of fish caught. We fished right up till dark. So anyway, if you enjoyed this, hey, thank you very much. I appreciate you watching. Get you a Johnson Century 100 if you can find one. Like I said, if you can't find one, I'm sure eBay has one. But give Matt's Reel Repair a call in Eagle Rock, Wisconsin. I'm sure he has one. Abomatics, whatever. If you're interested in it, give him a call. But this thing is fun. I hope you enjoyed this. Go out and get yourself a one and have a good time. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.